Today we have ourselves a nice little oak removal. It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait to get started. This is our victim here, this white oak, just putting leaves on this time of the year. As you can see, it's a fairly decurrent tree, which means that we're probably gonna be able to rig most of these out whole. I think it'll go really quick and really easy. We've got the driveway right here, chipper right here. I'm hoping we'll be done in good time to get home because I got other things to do. I'm also thinking we can do the entire tree with one battery in this saw. We're gonna find out. We're gonna rig some pieces out really big and so there won't be a whole lot of cuts, and so I think this thing will make it. Alrighty, here's our rigging setup for today. We got our block up here. It's on something fairly small. We're gonna put a lot of weight on it. So I ran it down there and backed it up in a way that's gonna load this stem most compressively. And then we got the GRCS all the way down there. So let's get busy. We're gonna start with that one. Let's buzz down there and make our cut. Okay, go ahead and drill. Woo! Broke off a little prematurely. Good thing we were back here a little bit. We're gonna have to butt tie this one because it's too close to our rigging point. Nice work, nice work. Alright, this lead has got too many limbs on it to rig out because if I tie it where I need to tie it, which would be right up in there somewhere, the tips will have more weight than the butt will and it'll want to flip over and it'll be really bad. So, because the rigging point's only so high, you can only tie up so high on it. And so we're going to have to cut a couple of these tops out and then we can stand it up so we don't have enough butt weight to go over the top. Yep. As soon as I get a chance, in order to get my climbing rope to stop interfering with the rigging rope, I'm going to put a redirect over here. It'll be on the same spar as the rigging point, but it'll be on a different limb. And that way we'll be a little bit independent from that spar that we're loading up with our rigging equipment. Make our cuts. Alright, try pulling on that. Oh yeah. There we go. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to cut this the rest of the way off. There she hangs. Okay, I stand corrected. He said it was close, which is what we were aiming for, really. It's all we could aim for, but I think it's pretty stable. We're up here in the top again. We're going to install our redirect here. Little carabiner. Now, you see as we sit on this, it loads this bit, this branch, that way up. What we're gonna do, take a little slack and tie a butterfly knot. Now, we'll be loading just this far. We'll be loading in a much better direction. We'll be ready to make our cut now. This one's a little bit tricky because it's got this crook in it, so we're not going to be able to pull it all the way up because this little bend in things here is going to contact the tree first. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, go ahead and lift on that bow. Keep going a little bit. That's good. I'm gonna cut one side of the hinge and see if we can get it to roll off. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do a little more cranking on it. See what happens. Yeah, it's rotating off of there. Keep going, a little more. Nice. Well done. This is one of the larger limbs on this tree, and it is really long. I don't know how long it is, but it's too long to safely rig off of that little point up there. So we're gonna get some top weight out of it first, and then we'll stand the rest of it up. There we go. That's what I was aiming for, but that's what it did. I'll just tie this rope on right here and we'll go make our cut. It's gonna be a pretty heavy piece of wood still. I'm guessing we're in the, what do you say, Bo? Are we 1,000 pounds here? Probably 1,000 pounds. Nothing that little spar up there can't handle though. Cut that never ends. All right, go ahead and lift on that. Up it goes, nice and slow. Things looking good. Got that nice and open. Yep. That hinge is starting to come apart. Keep going low. Whoa! Whoa! That came off a little prematurely. I guess I didn't leave enough in. Yeah, that was probably my fault there, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry I startled you. Yeah, we know this bar is strong enough now. Yeah, I try to keep these hinges pretty thin because you don't want a whole lot of resistance, you know, when you're trying to lift something. But I got too thin on that one. That was bad.
I gotta take this piece out a little bit smaller because we're kind of getting close to the house in there. I don't want the tips to be able to reach the gutter. So we're gonna send the tip out here. Very nice. Just barely above the gutter. I just cut that tip off and just sailed that one down to the ground real quick, and then we got tied on up there. We're gonna stand this whole thing up. On the bright side, Bo just got confirmation that we're cutting down the right tree today, so that's good to know. He said he was 89% sure when we started, so I think that's enough. More sure than I am about some things. All right, you ready down there, Al? All right, go ahead and lift. That's good, stop. There it is. You can come down with it then at your leisure. We are starting to get into the stuff over the house now. I'd like to rig out this far in one piece, or at least as few pieces as possible. But we're going to get some tip weight out of it with this easy butt tie and fly here, so let's do that first. Nice work. All right, we got this limb that reaches out over the corner of the house here, and the GRCS doesn't solve every problem ever. And here's a good example. This will best be suited by the place we got it tied. We've got a hole on the rope from below, and we're gonna make our cut not fairly angled sideways, and we're gonna swing this piece down around. It's too long to just butt tie and swing down. Go. And the tips are still off the roof down there because we mid-tied it. If we had butt-tied, it'd be another 10 foot lower, and we'd be in big trouble. Now we're in a good spot to stand this thing up. It'll have plenty of butt weight down there, it'll stay upright, and we can take a big long piece out of this tree. This is a pretty big one. We're really out over the house here. It's way up tall, and we're gonna leave the top in it and everything. But if we didn't have a GRCS, this would have to come down in a bunch of smaller pieces. But because we do have it, we're gonna do it all at once. All right, go ahead and lift a little bit. Keep lifting, I'm sorry. The way we do don't stop out in case it goes over the center, it's gonna go, yes, keep going, very nice, keep going, and you can stop. Perfect. Now they're nice and smooth, well done by everyone. You were moral support, bro. If nothing else, you were moral support. Oh, Instagram videos. Actually, speaking of that, if you want to see some cool Instagram stuff, Bo has some really good stuff on his page. It just hasn't been discovered yet. You can check him out at Bo_Folger. We'll put his name on the screen here for you. I'm sure by the time this video's out, he will have his videos from down there posted. They'll probably be better perspective, frankly, for some of the big stuff. Look at that thing. It's touching the ground, and it's still all the way up there. 43 feet. I'm feeling pretty good about that. That feels accomplished. Makes me, well, what am I saying? That makes me feel accomplished. That last branch came from that big spot all the way down there, and it's time to start working our way this direction around the tree and finish up with that one. There we go. Now we're gonna pay attention. This is the same This branch is the same length as this top. It just weighs less. So if it swings good, we have good enough room to send this whole top next. Oh, little kiss to the gutter there. No harm, no foul. Maybe we should take this one a little smaller. We're gonna cut this a little bit shorter because the last one was just too close. Yeehaw! Nice workout. Now we have the top weight out of this section. We go ahead and tie it on and lift the rest of the wood out. It wouldn't really be necessary, it's just the most calm and static way to do it. Not as much dynamic loading as flipping it over. Or even just traditional tip tie, those things can bounce around pretty good too. This is going to be another one of them roundhouse pieces. It's too tall and attached too high in the tree to lift it and not have it flip over. And so that leaves us with the options of cutting it off here and rigging the tip down, and then rigging this last piece down, or tying it somewhere here in the middle, even though it's a little closer to the butt, and swinging it all the way around, which is what we're going to do. We can't just butt tie it because there's not enough room between us and the roof to fit this whole piece. Give it a little bit of room. There we go. Nice. And see? We're just barely, but we are above the roof. We're not dragging it, we caused a little stretch marks on that bracelet down. Alright, this one's next. That last stem came off right there. This is what remains. We gotta be careful now because most of my ropes are pulling in the same direction on this spar. And there's a chance that it could break it off a little bit easier. Developing more lateral force in the spar. Just gotta be careful we don't go too big. Here we go. All right, go ahead and pull on that. Ow, yep, very good. Very nice, very nice. Keep going and stop. Nice. That's a lot of weight on that spar. Okay, come down with it. hazards fall, headache. Ooh, we were really close to not even being past the center of gravity there. You want a tagline on this bow, or do you think you can manage without? I'm out of kick room here. What we're going to do is we're going to put a notch on it. We're going to angle it a little bit this way. We're actually going to have this thing come up and then swing around a little bit. I think that'll work out best. All right, go ahead and pull on that. I would stand clear, Bo, even if you are filming. Look at the dynamic. Okay, stop. Why don't you go ahead and unwrap it so you can let it run a little bit if you need to. You ready? Well, that's a problem. Can you set me up another saw real quick? Al, I'm gonna cut this chunk of wood off of here. I got myself into a real pickle. I'm gonna cut this chunk of wood off of here. So go ahead and wrap that back up. I want you to be out of that area. That way I can free fall that. This is kind of a faster the better situation there, Bo. I would kind of like it. I'm gonna cut a big piece of wood off. So if you got gas saw, that's what I'm looking for. That was bad. I'm good. That was some newbie GRCS stuff right there. I should know better than to let that kind of thing happen. Whew. Thankfully, I think that was about as safe as it could be, considering what happened. Safest solution. We'll say this piece is probably just a wee bit too big to do what we did with it. All right, last thing we have to do here is to pop the top out of this thing, and then we can tip the stick over right into that space there. Come on. You know you... Oh my goodness. Nice work, Al. That could not have been better. Just gonna make sure we give you the gold star for the day. Well, that's it. The tree's on the ground, it's all done. Just gotta throw some logs in the trailer and head out. So some people might be interested to know, I think we ended up spending a total of 5 or 5.5 hours on that tree. It ends up being a full day, obviously, with all the cleanup and the setup and all that. But the tree itself went pretty quick for what it was. So really happy with that. They're gonna try and do their best they can to save that big trunk log, which I think is good because it's a nice log. And I'm gonna head out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.